Noch haben sich bewaffnete polnische Banden im Postgebäude verschanzt.
On the 1st of September 1939, Germany declared war on Poland. While the German army was virtually unstoppable, it was halted by 43 Polish postmen, led by Second Lieutenant Konrad Guderski. 7 stamps commemorating the defense of the Polish post office in Danzig will be the subject of this episode of Feature Philately. After World War I, the newly formed Polish Republic needed a seaport in order to strengthen its economy. Germany had to cede Danzig, which was on the Baltic Sea, to the League of Nations as part of its war reparations. The Polish post office in the free city of Danzig during the interwar period was more than just an ordinary building. Its presence alone greatly angered the mostly German population, since the land it was built upon was considered to be part of Poland's territory. In April of 1939, as relations soured further between Germany and Poland, the Polish army delegated the task of preparing the defense of the post office to combat engineer and army sub-lieutenant Konrad Guderski. He began training the postmen in defense tactics and made sure the building was adequately barricaded in preparation for the attack. Their plan was simple: to hold out for 6 hours until a relief force was to come. However, things did not go to plan at all. In the early morning, the phone and electricity lines to the building were cut. As the Germans bombarded Danzig, the city's police force began its first assault on the post office.
Männer der Danziger Heimwehr räuchern im Schutze eines Panzerwagens diesen gefährlichen Schlupfwinkel aus.
Beaten back, the Germans called in reinforcements. Armored vehicles and cannons now took part in the battle in an effort to take out the valiant defenders who were putting up a fierce resistance. During the second assault, Konrad was killed from the blast of his own grenade, which stopped a few Germans who entered the building. Alfons Flisikowski, one of the postal workers, led the defenders for the remainder of the battle. Halfway through the day, a 2-hour ceasefire was called by the Germans. They demanded the Poles to surrender. However, they refused. The humiliated German leadership that was growing more and more desperate ordered a bomb to be planted under the walls of the building, which caused a part of the post office to crumble. The defenders, now without their cover, ran into the basement. With the postmen now trapped, the Germans decided the only way to end this would be to force them out by any means necessary. They began pumping gasoline into the basement and ignited it. After some casualties, the rest surrendered. Jan Michon, the director of the post office, went out first and was shot by the Germans. Only 4 of the defenders managed to escape during the surrender. The 38 that survived ended up being court-martialed and sentenced to death as illegal combatants. The families of those that took part in the battle also shared the same sentence, and even some railway workers who disrupted German transport lines in an effort to help out the defense were executed. In 1979, a monument was unveiled in Gdansk, honoring the defenders. After researching this incredible battle, I tried to find every stamp that showcases this event. A Polish YouTuber that some of you might know helped me with my search, and even provided some very interesting information regarding the historical accuracy of the stamps.
Thank you, Michael, for inviting me to participate in this film. Hello, my name is Matthew, and I also have a philatelic channel on YouTube called Ładne znaczki, in English, nice stamps. I mainly record videos in Polish, but some videos have subtitles, so you can easily turn on automatic translation to any language. But back to the subject of the video. To the defenders of the Polish post office in Gdansk from 1939, the Polish Post dedicated 5 stamps commemorating this heroic military episode. One of the stamps, namely number 880, is burdened with several fundamental factual errors. 1. One of the inscriptions on the stamp is incorrect. Unlike the others, the stamp in question has the inscription Obrona Poczty Gdańskiej 1939. This is a serious mistake, because the defenders did not defend the Germanist post office of the Free City of Gdańsk, but the building of Poczta Polska in Gdańsk operating in accordance with international law. 2. Wrong uniform of the postman. 3. A mailbox from earlier years. And 4. Rifle of unknown design. Moreover, all stamps have a spelling error in the word Gdanska instead of Gdańska. This is another letter in Polish. In both sectors, in the settlement numbers of the amount of the left margin, there is 54 zlotys instead of 540. Finally, I would like to add that the Polish translation of the word dancing is Gdańsk. Thank you for your attention and give the floor to the studio.
Up until this video, I didn't have any Polish stamps. I was browsing YouTube and came across some content about today's subject. I then went on Connect and discovered that there are some amazing stamps and other philatelic objects regarding this event. Some that were issued and some that were not. To this day, Poland still remembers these heroes through philately, and rightfully so. I hope that you enjoyed hearing of their sacrifice. My name is Michael, and this was a Feature Philately video. Thank you.